swung on, driven deep out into right field, back at the wall, and it's out of here. The first home run of the Southern Ohio Copperheads season comes off the bat of Ben Rushing.
As a lefty will line one into center field. That one's going to drop. Coming in to score is Fabic, the Copperhead. First run of the season.
Swung on, line drive deep out into center field. That's going to get down in for an extra base hit and maybe more. Sebastian Fabic rounding second base. He's headed for third, and he's heading home. Chris Gambert standing on second base with a stand-up RBI double.
He drives that one a long way out into left field, and it is off the wall. Both runners had to wait to see. Gambert is being sent to score. He will come in. Avery pulls into third. Fabic into second. An RBI double.
Copperheads Baseball is presented by Ohio Health and by Ambassador Laundry, Athens Chambers of Commerce, Athens County Convention and Visitors Bureau, The Cat's Eye, Classic Brands, Donato's Pizza, Dan Inman Electric, Echoing Hills, Edward Jones, Paul Green Moretime, Holiday Inn Express, Jackie O's, Kona Ice, Rocky Brands, Stephanie Wood and Ohio Realty, Shauna Stump, Snyder, Fuller, and Stroh, Union Street Diner, Ohio University Credit Union, and Wendy's.
Live from Foundation Field here in Hamilton, Ohio, it's the Southern Ohio Copperheads paying a visit to the division-leading Hamilton Joes. Hello and welcome into the broadcast. I'm Connor Mills alongside Joey Medore. And Joey, the Southern Ohio Copperheads lost yesterday's game in a heart-wrenching fashion. A ball that might have sent them into extra innings just fell out in the outfields and dropped the Southern Ohio Copperheads' 6th record, while the Joes picked up their 7th win on the early season. They're 7-3 so far, leading in the Southern Division.
Yep, Joe's playing really good baseball right now. The Copperheads aren't playing bad. As you mentioned, it was a tough loss last night, kind of a ball in between the left fielder and the center fielder. Was Jared Hurd, Ty Krinberger out there, and they both, it's kind of a miscommunication. The ball fell in. There was a runner on third with 2 outs, so he easily came in to score. And it was a tough loss, but you know, it's baseball, so you're playing the next day. You know, you just try to come out here today and try to even the series up and force a rubber match tomorrow. So they can get on their way to moving back to 500 on the season, which has kind of eluded them early on.
Yeah, it's been a back-and-forth kind of affair for the Southern Ohio Copperheads so far on the early start to the season. Lost the first game, won the second, lost 2. That was their longest losing streak of the season, but then they kept on getting 1 win here, 1 win there. They picked up 2 wins against a team sandwiched between, or in between there was a loss, 9-8. Had a good chance of winning all 3 games and sweeping their series, but instead they settled for a 2 out of 3 against the Cincinnati Steam and lost the first one to the Hamilton Joes by a score of 2-1. On the mound yesterday was Thomas Zazzaro, the Dan Inman Electric Player of the game. Zazzaro went 8 innings, and his ERA is at a season low at 0.79. So Zazzaro kept on pitching his heart out there. Just teammates behind him couldn't get anything around. Good pitching performances from Gerbis, from Lang, and from Gaynor. Gaynor picking up the win in yesterday's game for the Joes. Well, we'll run through the starting lineups for the Copperheads and the Joes here today.
So it's Luca Tasanti leading off for the Copperheads. First time this season, the Israel plays center field, playing right field, batting second, Sebastian Fabic. Third and first baseman Chris Gambert, batting cleanup at third base, Ben Rushing. Batting fifth, DHing in his second game, Tanner Glass. Batting sixth in left field is Carter Cross. Batting seventh behind the dish is Scott Combs. Batting eighth, shortstop Daniel Cruz. And rounding out the order at ninth at second base, Phil Glasser. And for the Joes, it is Zach Orn leading off, Cole Rebels batting second, Preston Miller third, Jake Cates batting cleanup, Ryan Thompson fifth, Avery Janning sixth, Brennan Gick seventh, Zachary Beadle at eighth, and Logan Thomason batting ninth for the Joes in this ballgame.
And the pitching matchup, Jackson Mandel on the mound for the Copperheads and Sammy Barnett on the mound for the Joes. Leading things off here in the top of the first inning, it'll be Lucas Nasati, Sebastian Fabic, and Chris Gambert all due up. As we are at a new broadcast position, as you can see from the camera angle, we're down the first base sideline. So we'll do our best to try to cover right field, but it is blocked as it's time for Copperheads baseball. First pitch from Barnett into Lucas Nasati is swung on and fouled back to the net, 0-1. For Lucas Nasati on the season, Nasati batting .300. He's 6 for 20 coming into the day as he takes a called strike. No balls and 2 strikes. Now the count to Lucas Nasati. The pitch from Barnett, swung on and missed. Strike 3. And here at Foundation Field, the beer batter Lucas Nasati, which will now bring up Sebastian Fabic. So first out here on the top of the first. Fabic comes to the plate, and Fabic's been one of the hottest hitters so far on the early starts of the GLSCL season. Fabic batting .447, 17 hits and 38 at-bats as the first pitch to Fabic hits him right at the knees for a called strike. Nothing. Fabic 10 runs, 5 RBI, 7 walks, and 5 strikeouts. As the second pitch hits the strike zone, 0-2.
Yeah, Barnett wasted no time, thrown 5 straight strikes up to the ball game, so he's going to put in the zone. It looks like Copperhead's going to be ready to swing.
Well, 0-2 the count into Sebastian Fabic. The pitch lifted out and to the right foul. Count remains at no balls and 2 strikes. So 0-2 the count to Sebastian Fabic. As now the pitch is swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts to begin things here in the top of the first. Now there's 2 outs, and Chris Gambert walked to the plate.
And 2 straight strikeouts, only 7 pitches to get the 2 strikeouts, and all 7 of them being strikes. So the lefty Barnett coming in and shoving it in the zone to the first 2 batters.
Barnett from Sellersburg, Indiana. A lefty, 195 pounds, 6'3", or he'll be a sophomore at the University of Southern Indiana. Ground ball over towards the left side, through the hole, in for a base hit. So what looked like was going to be a quick inning here on the top of the first for the Copperheads. Chris strolls up to the plate and swings at the first. He bangs one right through the left side and in for a single.
Yeah, and that's what Gambert's been doing here these past few games. You know, just looking to put the bat on the ball, hit it hard somewhere, and if it finds a hole, it finds a hole, and that's what he's been doing, you know. Obviously, we talk a lot about the power, but he's shown his ability to just put the ball in play and pick up base hits these past few games.
Well, now pitching from the stretch as Barnett's ready, and then deals into Ben Rushing, who flies one off towards the right side and out of play. There's yet to be a ball thrown from Sammy Barnett, as it's either been a swinging strike, a foul ball, or a cold strike. Very effective from the Joes pitcher so far. The 0-1 misses low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. For Ben Rushing, he's 8 for 30, good for a .267 batting average. Getting on base at a clip of .361 as he takes a called strike. Count is at 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the top of the first inning, with a runner on first. From the stretch, Barnett's pitch is a curveball that hits the zone. Strike 3 called, and the side is retired. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base for the Copperheads. The Joes will come to the plate in the bottom of the first. You're listening to the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area Chamber of Commerce logo and be sure to support the businesses that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping, and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic brands Budweiser and Yingling are all proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740-529-5049 or order online at donatos.com.
Southern Ohio Copperheads would like to show our support for Echoing Hills. Echoing Hills provides individuals a place.
This is Jackson Mandela. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and this is your Copperhead Media Network.
Back here in the bottom inning between the Southern Ohio Copperheads and the Hamilton Joes, Jackson Mandela toes the rubber for the Copperheads. Mandela, on 2 starts of the season, owns a 1.23 ERA and 11 1/3 innings pitched. As the first pitch into misses or hits the zone for a called strike. So 0-1 the count into Zach Orn. As Mandela working quickly, misses high. Evens up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. For Zach Orn on the season, 9 hits and 35 at-bats, has scored 4 runs. 1 extra base hit, it's a double, and has knocked in 5 RBIs as he swings and fouls one straight back. Brings the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Orn also batting .257 on the early season. And for Mandela, 11 strikeouts and 4 walks as he misses high with a ball. Count is even at 2 balls.
Yep, Mandela been very effective throughout his first 2 outings. Been able to give the Copperheads a chance to win both times he's gone out on the mound. Of course, hasn't picked up a win yet on the season. As I look to do that here today.
Now Mandela, this will be his 3rd start of the year as this one is swung on, lifted out into left center field. Ranging over is the center fielder, but it will be the left fielder backing up and making the catch in Carter Cross. So Cross makes a 2-hand catch, overthrows the cutoff Daniel Cruz at short, but it'll roll all the way back to Mandela on the mound as there's 1 out here in the bottom of the 1st inning. Cole Rebels, Bobcat, now stands in. Rebels attends Ohio University, the designated hitter today. He's from Charlotte, North Carolina, as the first pitch misses for a ball, 1-0. For Rebels, batting .294 on the season, 5 hits and 17 at-bats. As Mandela from the windup is ready and he deals. Fastball taken on the outside corner for a called strike. Evens up the count at 1 apiece. 2 RBIs for Cole Rebels, 3 walks and 6 strikeouts. As he lifts this one up high into the infield, a pop-up. Ben Rushing ranges under it, makes a 1-hand grab. Daniel Cruz, the shortstop, behind him, and outs here in the bottom of the 1st inning.
Mandela very effective in throwing strikes, allowing guys. He allows them to put the ball in play, let his defense makes plays for him, as every Copperhead pitcher should. How many great plays we've seen from the infield and outfield so far this season. But 2 quick outs for Mandela, picking up where he left off in his last 2 starts.
Very effective out on the mound has been Jackson Mandela. As a first pitch, well, he runs up and hits him in the helmet. As the ball, it was a fastball that just ran a little too high, no intent there. As that's the first base runner to reach for the Joes on the day. And now with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 1st inning and no score, Jake Cates, the left fielder, will walk up. Cates, the lefty, from Liberty Township, Ohio, and Western Kentucky University, as he takes a first pitch Fastball for a called strike. 0-1. Cates batting .405 on the season, 15 hits and 37 at-bats. 7 extra base hits, 6 doubles, 1 home run. Knocked in 10 RBIs as Scott Combs has a nice block at the plate on the breaking pitch. Count is at 1 ball and 1 strikes. Eight walks, 9 strikeouts for Jake Cates as he watches one go high and away for ball 2. 2-1 the count with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. Mandela from the stretch, now he deals. Swung on and missed by Jake Cates. Now the count is even, 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs.
You saw him kind of have a one-handed swing there as one of his top hand appeared to slip off the bat as it came through the zone.
Mandela, long look in at Scott Combs. Preston Miller, not a large lead off of first, as a swing and a miss, strike 3. And that'll do it here in the bottom of the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on base for the Hamilton Joes as we're headed to the top of the second inning here at Foundation Field in Hamilton, Ohio. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network presented by Ohio Health. Classic brands Budweiser and Yingling are all proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio with toppings loaded from edge to edge. Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740-529-5049 or order online at donatos.com.
Southern Ohio Copperheads would like to show our support for Echoing Hills. Echoing Hills provides individuals a place to call home in a comfortable and safe environment where they can achieve their dreams surrounded by...
This is Austin Dunphy, the manager with the Southern Ohio Copperheads, and you're listening to Copperheads Media Network.
Top of the second inning, Tanner Glass, Carter Cross, and Scott Combs all due up here in the top of the second as the first pitch was swung on and fouled off towards the right side off the bat of Tanner Glass.
Hi, I'm Cameron Sigwood from Western Kentucky University, and you're listening to Copperheads.
Second pitch into Glass, just missed for a ball. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Glass. Glass was a new addition to the Copperheads this season, as that pitch missed low and inside.
I'm from Olney Central College, go Knights, and this is your Copperheads Media Network.
Sammy Barnett from the windup, the lefty deals. A high breaking ball that just did not break. Count is at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I'm Sam Worsing. I'm from Wright State. I'm listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
As a ground ball over towards second base, the second baseman Warren has it, throws over to first in time for the outs. So 1 away here in the top of the second inning. As Carter Cross will stand in at the plate. First pitch into Cross, misses low and away for ball 1. For Cross, as he misses high and inside. Carter Cross, 3 for 12 on the season, batting .250 as he swings and pops this one up towards the right side, ranging towards the foul line. And it looks like it will fall down either in foul territory or out of play. Again, new broadcast position here at Foundation Field as we're along the first base side. Can't really see right field all too well. We'll make our best judgment. Try to judge on crowd reaction, on batter reaction. So Carter Cross is still in at the plate as he swings and now lifts one out into right center field well within our view. High fly ball, and making the catch is Thompson, the center fielder, with one hand. So now there are two away here in the top of the second inning, with Scott Combs coming to the plate.
Of course, had to be repositioned because we were on top of the press box yesterday, but all the rain that came in the pregame as well as in the forecast for later on in the night moved us down here, but we'll make do.
First pitch swing and a line drive out into left field off the bat of Scott Combs. First pitch he sees, he lines it right through the hole on the left side, and Scott Combs picks up a base hit. Combs, that's his 5th hit of the season.
Yeah, I mean, Barnett's been throwing a lot of first pitch strikes, so that's usually the best pitch you're going to get, as pitcher usually tries to sneak one over on you for the first pitch strike, and Combs knew that it was coming in there, so he lashes it out in the left field and gets the first hit on the day, or second hit on the day for the Copperheads.
First pitch into Daniel Cruz misses maybe just a bit outside for a ball, 1-0. Runner on first base here in the top of the second inning, but no score between the Southern Ohio Copperheads and the Hamilton Joes. Sammy Barnett on the mound and Daniel Cruz at the plate as he swings and lines this one out into left field. That'll probably just move Scott Combs over by one bag, and it does. He holds off at second, and on first with a single is Daniel Cruz. So Cruz will raise his batting average this season, picks up his 6th hit of the year. He's 6 for 17. Brings his batting average up to .353 as Phil Glasser will now stand in from the left side. Phil Glasser batting .226, has 7 hits and 31 at-bats, 2 RBIs, scored 6 runs, walked 6 times and struck out 9. First pitch from Barnett into Phil Glasser, misses high for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Phil Glasser batting .266 again on the season. As Barnett's pitch misses, no, it doesn't. Hits the low and outside corner of the plate. Evens up the count of 1 ball and 1 strike. So Scott Combs, he's on second base, reached base with a 2-out single. Daniel Cruz followed suit as he's on first and second with 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. Fastball into Phil Glasser in the zone for a 1-2 count. It'll be Cates, Thompson, Gick from left to right out in the outfield. Janning, Thomason, Orn, Miller, third, short, second, and first. Barnett on the mound. Beadle behind the plate. As that ball might have hit the nub of the bat, had a thud sound. Didn't hit Phil Glasser.
It wasn't might. It did hit the nub of the bat there as he kind of moved his hands real quick on the inside pitch. And will be a foul ball. Count will stay at 1-2.
Well, the 1-2 count with 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. No score, Copperheads or Joes, as this pitch is swung on, fouled straight back to the net. Count remains at 1-2. Should Glasser extend the inning, he'll roll over to the top of the lineup for the Copperheads. Lucas Nasanti is on deck. Phil Glasser standing in with a 1-2 count. Long wait. Then hold from Sammy Barnett. Now he's ready. They'll go over to first and second from the stretch. He deals outside, ball 2. So 2-2 the count with 2 outs. Barnett's ready and the pitch. Taken just outside for ball number 3. So Phil Glasser again seems to always work his way into a full count or just see a lot of pitches from the opposing team.
Now base hit should score a run here as the runners will be moving on the full count pitch with 2 away. So Scott Combs, not the fleetest of foot, but even he should be able to come around the score with a base hit to the outfield.
The 3-2 taken high and inside. Runners were in motion. And now the bases are loaded for Lucas Nasanti. And Nasanti struck out his first time up. So Lucas Nasanti will look to knock in some RBIs and break through. The Copperheads haven't scored since the top of the first inning in yesterday's game. as they lost yesterday by a score of 2-1. First pitch into Nasanti is taken high for a ball. 1-0.
Yeah, so Barnett, they're kind of cruising through the first inning with 3 strikeouts, throwing a lot of strikes, struggling this inning as he's worked deep into a lot of counts.
Nasanti fouling one straight back and out of play. Brings the count even at 1 apiece. Copperheads coming into the day as a team, batting .260, getting on base at a clip of .379. 48 runs, opposed to 42 RBIs. As now the 1-1 is swung on and just cued over towards the Copperheads dugout. Hit the end of the bat. Bases top of the second inning with no score. 2-out rally for the Copperheads as Phil Glasser walked. First walk allowed by Sammy Barnett. Daniel Cruz is on second base and Scott Combs moved over towards third. The 1-1 is swung on, and this one is lifted straight in front of us here at the makeshift broadcast booth. And the catcher, Beetle, make the two-hand grab to end the threat in the top of the second inning. So Copperheads were able to load the bases but get no runs across as we head to the bottom of the second inning. You're listening to the Copperheads Media Network presented by Ohio Health.
Fall Green Mortine, one of the nation's leading integrated marketing and communication firms, prides itself on hiring the best and brightest graduates from across the country each year. In fact, the company is home to many Ohio University alumni. For more details on internships and employment opportunities, visit www.fallgreenmortine.com.
You'll be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with a free complimentary breakfast, high-definition televisions in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi, in addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens. Live the life, Holiday Inn Express.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners, 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at JackieO's.com, Instagram, or Facebook today. After the game, be sure to stop by Jackie O's Uptown or the tap room on Campbell Street. Just because the game ended doesn't mean your night has to. Jackie O's, the official pregame and postgame sponsor of your Copperheads.
Hey, I'm Scott Combs, catcher for the Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperhead Media Network.
There in the bottom of the second inning, Ryan Thompson, Avery Janning, and Brennan Gick all due up for the Hamilton Joes. Copperheads loaded the bases in the top of the second inning, unable to get across a run as the first pitch from Jackson Mandela is low in the dirt for a ball to Ryan Thompson. Thompson swinging, and this one is out into center field. Ranging under it, making the one-hand grab, is Lucas Nasanti for the out. 1 out, bottom second. Fly ball out to center field for Thompson, and Avery Janning will stand in from the right side. For Janning, batting .378 on the early season, has 14 hits and 37 at-bats. 7 runs scored, 2 doubles, 1 home run. As first pitch is off speed from Jackson Mandela for a called strike, 0-1. Janning has knocked in 8 RBIs, only walked once, struck out 7 times as he lifts this one out into right field. Ranging over is the second baseman, but it'll be the right fielder for the Copperheads, Sebastian Fabic, who makes one-hand grab for the second out here on the bottom of the second inning.
They're making the place an icon so far.
I try to see all parts of the field, but again, as we are down the right field line, or first base line, however you want to position us, right next to the Copperheads dugouts, we really can't see right field from our position. As first pitch into Brennan Gick is in for a called strike. 2 fly ball outs for Jackson Mandela as he's looking to work a 1-2-3 inning here in the bottom of the second. Swing and a miss from Brennan Gick. Gick is behind in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2. Swung on, line drive over towards the line and down for a fair ball. Rolling about halfway through into the outfield. Gick will turn first, try to go for second, and he is safe. Hustle double for Brennan Gick. And what looked to be a quick inning for Mandela. Gick turns it around and gets a double. He's standing on second.
Yeah, as you saw, Mandela tried to go away with that 0-2 fastball, but Gick just kind of flicked his wrist out and pushed it where the pitch was down the left field line, and with Cross playing so far off the line, Gick was able to get all the way around to second base for the hustle double. Now they got a runner in scoring position with 2 down.
Bottom of the second inning, and now Zachary Beadle, right-hand batter from Canton, Michigan, 5'11" sophomore, attending Madonna University. Beadle has 4 hits and 12 at-bats as Mandela now looks in. And the pitch is a fastball taken right down the middle for a called strike. 0-1 the count to Zachary Beadle. Beadle has 3 RBIs, only walked once, struck out 5 times. Does have 1 extra base hit, and it is a double. The 0-1 is about from Zachary Beadle. Watches it go by for a called strike, and now Beadle's quickly behind in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. 0-2 count, 2 outs here in the bottom of the second, but no score between the Southern Ohio Copperheads and the Hamilton Joes. Mandela's pitch taken low and away for a ball, brings the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Not a bad 0-2 waste pitch, though. Just a little bit off the outside part of the plate and low.
So Mandela will try to get the 3rd out of the inning after allowing a Brennan Gick 2-out double. Gick remains over at second base as Mandela's 1-2 pitch taken just a bit outside for a call ball. Evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 the count. Mandela pitching from the stretch. A look into Scott Combs. Now back at Gick at second. Back to the plate. Breaking ball that bounces in the turf. A tough block for Combs. He's able to get it in front of him. And now the count is run full to Brennan Gick. Or check that, Zachary Beadle. Beadle, the catcher for the Joes today. As the 3-2 is swung on, and this one is lifted straight back and towards the normal press box. Bounces off the concrete and out of play.
Yeah, we might have a shot at that when we were up there today.
We could have.
Could have showed off my vertical a little bit.
Or we could just bring a glove.
Yeah. It takes away the fun.
The 3-2 swung on and fouled off towards the right side and into the softball field to our right. And the count remains at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, Beadle being a tough out here after falling behind in the count 0-2. Works it full. Now fouling off pitches as they try to get this run in. It's standing out there on second base.
Gick on second. Mandela's pitch taken high and inside. Ball 4. First walk allowed by Jackson Mandela. And
it looks like the umpire's calling a foul tip, like it hit off the bat and went into Combs' glove. Now, I didn't hear a sound come from a bat.
No, I have no idea what just happened.
I mean, he did the motion like it's a foul tip.
It was what was at the play was a foul tip right into the glove of the catcher, Scott Combs. Didn't hear it fell off the bat, but doesn't matter. It'll be a strikeout for Jackson Mandela. Instead of a walk, it'll be a second strikeout on the day. And now the threat is over here at the bottom of the second inning. We're progressing into the top of the 3rd here at Foundation Field. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. By Kona Ice behind the press box on the 3rd base side, locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors, and be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brand is more than you think. Rocky Brands is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brand designs, develops, and markets hard-working boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit and fashionable women footwear to live a little on the edge. And they do it all right here in Southeast Ohio. To see the whole Rocky Brands story, go to rockybrands.com.
State Farm and Agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperhead Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial services needs. She's celebrating 14 years of...
I'm Sebastian Fabic from Cincinnati, Ohio, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Top of the third inning, Sebastian Fabic will lead things off. After Lucas Nasanti ended the top of the second. First pitch swinging is Sebastian Fabic. 0-1. One the count to Sebastian Fabic here in the top of the third. Fabic takes a pitch, brings the count to, looks like the umpire hold up 3 fingers for balls, so we'll go 3-1. And Fabic rips one right back up the middle for a base hit. So Copperheads have 4 hits today, but none of them timely. 1 hit in the first, 2 hits, second, 1 hit here in the top of the third, as there's a leadoff man on base for the Copperheads. And Chris Gambert at the plate.
That's what we've seen from Fabic all season long. Just puts a good swing on the ball, lines it right back up the middle for a base hit, and the Copperheads already approaching the same amount of hits in yesterday's ball game, already through the first 3 innings in this game today. So
first pitch to Gambert misses low in the turf for a ball, 1-0. For Gambert, he singled through third and short in the first, extended the first inning, but 3 strikeouts recorded by Sammy Barnett in the first. Did not strike anybody out in the top of the second as the pitch missed to Gambert. So Chris Gambert against Sammy Barnett as this one bounces into the turf, brings the count to 3 balls and no strikes with nobody out and a runner on first for the Southern Ohio Copperheads here in the top of the third inning. Gambert gets the green light swinging, 3-0, drives one deep out into left field, back at the wall, it is out of here! Home run, Chris Gambert. Gambert sends one deep, 3-0 count, gets the green light, puts the Copperheads up 2-0.
well, there's a guy who's going to get a 3-0 green light on this roster. It's obviously Chris Gambert. He's shown the most power through the first few ball games as he gets a pitch he likes, 3-0 right down the heart of the plate as Barnett just tried to get me over 3-0 strike, and Gambert blasted out there high up on that netting out in left field.
Deep home run from Chris Gambert. Copperheads 2, Joe's nothing. As the first pitch into Ben Rushing misses low for a ball. 1-0. Second pitch into Rushing, breaking ball that hits the zone. Brings the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. For Ben Rushing, he struck out looking in his first at-bat. As another breaking ball gets over for a called strike, brings the count to 1-2. Chris Gambert, second home run of the season. As Rushing watches the fastball go outside. Count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2-2 the count to Ben Rushing as he swings and fouls one off towards the third base line. Copperheads manager Austin Dunphy will take a trot up the line. Gets it by the fence and will throw it back in. 2-2 count to Ben Rushing. As Barnett deals low in the turf for ball 3. Count is run full to Rushing. No outs here in the top of the third inning. 2 runs already in, thanks to a 2-run home run from Chris Gambert. Drove into one of the deepest parts of the park. 390 center field, left center field. Somewhere around 330 as Ben Rushing walks on a full count. So running into a little trouble here in the third is Sammy Barnett. Ben Rushing walks. They'll bring up Tanner Glass. Glass just batting 200 on his early season. Came into the day batting 1 for 4 with a run. Does not have an RBI yet, as there's nobody out with a runner on first base here in the top of the third inning. Copperheads 2, Hamilton Joes nothing.
And ever since that first inning, really working Barnett are the Joes, driving deep into counts. Already up over 50 pitches is Barnett through the first 2+ innings.
First pitch into Glass, ball that is in the strike zone for a called strike. 0-1. Check over to Ben Rushing at first. He goes back sliding. Then kind of checks his arms, checks his pant leg, as it was raining here. It was downpouring. But the rain just let up in time as Tanner Glass swings and fouls one off towards the right side, and that'll go out of play. Over towards the water park that we have deemed a park in yesterday's broadcast.
You deemed the park.
We found the definition. Pitch misses to Tanner Glass. I'll bring the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody out here in the top of the third inning. Glass trying to work a deep count. As Sammy Barnett from the stretch, he deals. Breaking ball hit out into left field. Ranging in and making the one-hand grab is Cates to get the first out here in the top of the third inning. So 2 runs came across plus a walk before Sammy Barnett was able to get the first out in the top of the third. Copperheads 2, Joes nothing. And Carter Cross will be the batter for the Copperheads right now. Cross from Fairview, Pennsylvania, and attends the University of Nebraska as Ben Rushing goes back head first sliding on the check over from the pitcher Barnett. Barnett from the stretch, looks over at Rushing, now deals to the plate, and first pitch swinging would be Carter Cross as that goes foul and out of play.
How crazy is it that things can change in just a day? Through 9 innings yesterday, the Copperheads could just pick up 5 hits. Already have 5 through the first 3 innings of this game. So quick turnaround for the offense. You'll like to see it after struggling last night.
Line drive over the third baseman, Janning, and into left field. Rounding second and heading for third, and now running home is Ben Rushing. The throw will be held up, and standing on second base will be Tanner Glass, or check a Carter Cross, as he knocks in the third run in the inning. It's now the Copperheads 3 and the Hamilton Joes nothing.
Yeah, and Cross did a really good job getting out in front of that breaking ball. Is almost like he was sitting on it. He got on it, ripped it down the line. Ben Rushing was going on the pitch, so you knew he had a chance to score as soon as the ball was put in play and rolled all the way down to the corner. And he was booking it all the way from first and able to come in fairly easily without a throw. And crooked number hung up by the Copperheads in the third inning.
First pitch into Scott Combs, as Combs picked up a single in his first at-bat today. It missed low for a ball. 1-0. Doesn't look like there's anybody stirring in the bullpen for the Hamilton Joes, as 3 runs are in here in the top of the third inning with only 1 out and a runner on second base for the Southern Ohio Copperheads. After only scoring 1 run in yesterday's game, they now score 3 here in just the top of the third. Fastball rides high to Combs, brings the count to 2 balls and no strikes. On deck will be Daniel Cruz. Cruz had a base hit in his first at-bat. as Barnett will have to get through Combs, and then he can face Cruz. Breaking ball is over for a called strike. Brings the count to 2 balls and 1 strike now. It was a 3-0 count to Chris Gambert that he sent over the wall in left center field. First 2 runs knocked in on the home run, and then an RBI double as Scott Combs grounds one over towards third base line and will roll foul. Carter Cross at second picks up an RBI today. As for Cross, that'll be his 3rd RBI in the season. Not a large lead for Cross over on second base. As a pitch into Scott Combs, another ground ball. This one rolling towards the bullpen of the Joes. And the count will remain 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2-2 the count, 1 out, top of the 3rd inning, 3 runs already in. Copperheads 3, Hamilton Joes nothing. Mandela only allowing 1 hit in 2 innings of pitching. Pitch from Barnett, another foul ball from Scott Combs. And the count will still remain 2-2. Combs has raised his batting average now to .313. It's been a catching tandem between Gambert and Combs so far in the season, as the 2-2 misses low and inside. Counts full to Scott Combs.
You got to think Barnett's leash is starting to get a little short out there as he's starting to run up close towards the 70 pitches now in just 2+ innings.
Well, ERA on the day already at 11.59. As he get me over curveball, gets over for a called strike. Combs goes down looking, and that's the 2nd out here in the top of the 3rd inning, with Daniel Cruz coming to the plate. That'll be the 4th strikeout for Sammy Barnett, but just the 1st since the 1st inning, where he struck out 3. Daniel Cruz picked up a single, reached second base when the bases were loaded in the 2nd, as he takes a fastball low and inside for a ball. 1-0. Cruz so far batting .353. Has really been impressive in the field and at the plate in the young season, as a 1-0 is taken just inside for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes to Daniel Cruz. Copperheads 3, Hamilton Joes nothing. All 3 runs coming in this inning as Daniel Cruz will watch the 3rd ball go by. He's seen 3 straight balls from the arm of Sammy Barnett, as Barnett now only needs 1 more out to get out of the inning, which has found himself elusive. Taking all the way was Daniel Cruz on the off-speed pitch. 3-1 the count now, with 2 outs here on the top of the 3rd. From the stretch, Barnett deals. Breaking ball just high to Daniel Cruz, and Cruz will take his base, ball 4. Third walk allowed by Barnett today. And now Phil Glasser will stand in from the left side. Phil Glasser today, he was the first walk allowed by Barnett. That happened just an inning ago. As Barnett's first pitch into Glasser bounces in the turf, runners will have to hold on a good block by Beadle. 1-0. Bouncing ball over towards first, but that'll go right of the line. As the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike.
How about Glasser rocking the old school stirrups for this game? Gotta love it.
It's always nice to see. Had a couple guys last year in summer collegiate baseball action wearing stirrups. Fashion starting to come back. There's a 1-1 delivered into Glasser. Is on the low and outside portion of the strike zone for a called strike. So the count is at 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Here in the top of the 3rd inning with the Copperheads scoring 3 in the top half of the frame. As Sammy Barnett will deal to his catcher Beetle. The 1-2 is ground ball over towards second base. Mishandled a little bit, still can't handle it. And now running home will be Scott. Well, check that. It'll be Carter Cross coming across the plate. And now the Copperheads have put up 4 here on the top of the 3rd. An error on the second baseman, Zach Orn. Coming around to score from second base was Carter Cross. And remaining at second base, well, moving from first to second, would be Daniel Cruz, who got on with a walk. So runners on first and second with 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd.
Yeah, pretty heads-up base running there from Carter Cross as he saw the balls obviously bobbled and knew he had a shot since he was going on contact on the slow ground ball to come all the way in from second to score. And he comes in fairly easily, throw away late. And a big inning for the Copperheads, one they really needed after the dry spell offensively yesterday.
Well, for the Copperheads, it was a while since they scored their last run. They went through 8 innings yesterday and 2 innings here today, so 10 innings without scoring any runs. And then finally, they were able to get 4 here on the top of the 3rd. And with the pitching change, we will come right back. We'll introduce the new pitcher. And it's the Copperheads 4, the Hamilton Joes nothing. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Snyder Fuller and Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Snyder, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.snyderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days a week.
The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop in.
My name is Chris Gambit from Louisville, Kentucky. Shout out to all my Bellarmine Knights. You're listening to Copperheads Media Network.
Top of the 3rd inning here at Foundation Field. Copperheads, they've found success against the starter Sammy Barnett. So much success that the Joes had to pull him from the game. With 2 outs here on the top of the 3rd. Coming into pitch will be number 22, Gage Voorhees. Voorhees from Springfield, Ohio. The righty on the mound, pitching from the stretch with 2 runners on. Coming in to replace Sammy Barnett, who went 3 innings, allowed 6 hits, 4 runs, only 3 earned, as an error from Zach Orn allowed Carter Cross to come around and score. 3 walks and 4 strikeouts. As the first pitch to Lucas Nasanti is in for a called strike. 0-1. For Lucas Nasanti, he struck out and popped out to the catcher in his 2 trips to the plate. He will bat and will most likely or possibly be the only batter to bat in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd innings in today's game. The 0-1 line drive over towards the line, and that will get down for a, whoa, not a fair ball. We had a perfect view right down the line at 3rd. Home plate umpire Jim Mers said that was a foul ball. Again, we do not have instant play here, but through my eyes and through color commentator's eyes of Joey Madore, we had both believed that was going to be a written double right down the line.
It appeared to me that it landed right on the line. Obviously not having the best look, but, I mean, we don't have too worse of a look than the home plate umpire in this game, as he wasn't out there down the line looking at it.
We might possibly have the best look, as we are literally staring right down the third base line. So Lucas Nasanti will just swing his bat and poke it out foul, as this one just gets over into foul territory. A young fan will have a ball and will receive a nice treat for returning the foul ball, should be able to do so. So Gage Voorhees ahead in the count right now on Lucas Nasanti. Count is at 0-2 as he checks a swing, and another foul ball from Nasanti. And again, Nasanti ripped it down the line, and it was almost like a Carlos Beltran foul ball, if anyone remembers.
And there's the Mets reference for the day in today's broadcast.
Kind of the same thing. Both were called foul.
Mets and a Yankee, double New Yorker.
No, he was on the Cardinals when the Mets threw that no-hitter. As the 0-2, Lucas Nasanti grounds it over towards short. Shortstop Thomason will take it himself on the bag, and the threat is ended here in the top of the third inning. We'll talk more about the Copperheads and the Joes when we return on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health, and possibly a little bit more about the Mets no-hitter. Maybe. We'll see what Medora wants to do. We'll be right back. The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days a week.
The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's located off Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the back of your ticket stub for a free small Frosty with any purchase.
Stephanie Wood with Ohio Realty. She will help you find your next safe home. Stephanie Wood, bringing home the results and going the extra distance.
Snyder, Fuller, and Stroh has supported the Copperheads since 2002. We're proud of that affiliation and excited to sponsor it again this year on June 29th. As one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region, Snyder, Fuller, and Stroh is focused on helping our clients secure their financial future. What's your plan? Give us a call at 594-83.
Hey, I'm Scott Combs, catcher for the Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperhead Media Network.
Bottom half of the third inning. As for the Hamilton Joes, they've got a small hill, a small mountain to climb, as they'll send Logan Thomason and then the top of the order to the plate as the Copperheads put up 4 in the top half of the third. First pitch from Jackson Mandela into Logan Thomason, the shortstop. Gets him swinging and fouling it straight back and over the net for strike number 1. Defensive alignment for the Copperheads, cross and left. Nasanti's in center, Fabic in right. As the 0-1 is a breaking ball that hits the zone for strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes with nobody out here in the bottom of the third. Infield alignment, Ben Rushing at third, Daniel Cruz, he's at short, Phil Glasser at second, and Chris Gambert, who hit a 2-run homer, is a man at first base. Breaking his bat on a foul ball is Logan Thomason, as he'll have to find a new piece of lumber to try and challenge Jackson Mandela, who's only allowed 1 hit through 2 innings so far. Brennan Gick getting the only hit against Jackson Mandela with a double with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. But it's Logan Thomason, the 9-batter, standing at the plate for his first at-bat. Mandela a little anxious to try and get a strikeout, threw it a little high to Thomason. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Curveball hit out into left field, and that'll get down for a base hit. Logan Thomason picks up the second hit of the day, and the leadoff man is on base for the Hamilton Joes here in the bottom of the third inning.
Yeah, this is tough luck there from Mandela. Not necessarily a bad pitch by any means, breaking ball low in the zone, but Thomason just got enough of the barrel on it to flip it over Daniel Cruz's head in the left field, and leadoff man will be on.
So Zach Orn who was 0 for 1 today, batting .250 on the season. Orn lined one out into left for the first out of the game, as they will bat with a runner on first base. Logan Thompson's on first with a single. Jackson Mandela, as Scott Combs will throw down to second, and behind the runner, the ball gets into center field, and going from first to third, as the throw will come into third, Ben Rushing is able to corral it on a hop. So Logan Thompson steals second base and then advances to third on the error. And just like that, with nobody out here in the bottom of the third inning, the Hamilton Joes have a runner 90 feet away from scoring.
Yeah, just kind of a bad throw there from Scott Combs. Not something we're used to seeing, as we've seen him throw out several base runners so far this season. But that one was just way to the left of Daniel Cruz covering the bag, and he gets into center field.
And in throwing his bat, the bat was let go in mid-swing. It was a foul ball. So the ball went flying back to the backstop, and the bat went flying over towards Copperheads' dugouts. One the count with nobody out and a runner at third base for the Joes here in the bottom of the third. Copperheads a grand slam lead on the Joes. As Zach Orn will take a pitch high and away. 2 balls and 1 strike into Orn. And Orn again coming into the day with 9 hits and 35 at-bats. He's knocked in 5 RBIs as he's in a prime position to knock in his 6th, as the count runs to 3-1 with nobody out. Logan Thomason, he's a man at third for the Joes, as a 3-1 pitch is taken just low for ball 4. So that will be the first official walk of the game issued by Jackson Mandela. And now there are runners on first and third with only 1 out, or nobody out, here in the bottom of the third inning.
Yeah, Mandela hasn't had to face too much traffic rather in his first couple outings, so we'll see how he manages it.
Swing and a miss at the plate. The throw down to second is not in time. 2 runners in scoring position. Scott Combs had a better throw on that one. Just could not get the base runner, Zach Orn. Second and third with nobody out, and an 0-1 count to Cole Revels, a designated hitter.
Yeah, that's the throw we've grown accustomed to seeing from Combs, but a good jump from Orn on first base, able to get in there just for the tag by Cruz.
Swing and a miss by Cole Revels, and Jackson Mandela is quickly ahead on the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Copperheads batted around in the top half of the inning. Hamilton Joes looking to respond with a couple runs of their own. The 0-2, swung on, ground ball over towards short. Shortstop Cruz has it and will just go to first for the easy out. So the Copperheads traded 1 run for an out here in the bottom of the third inning. And now there's a runner on third base as Zach Orn advanced on the throw.
Yeah, infield didn't come up or anything. They stayed back, obviously, with the 4-run lead. You're okay giving up just 1 run. That was kind of a weak ground ball to Daniel Cruz, and obviously you're going to take the easy out at first base to finally get one in this half of the inning.
Preston Miller only saw 1 pitch, as now he'll see more than 1 in this at-bat. Ball misses low for a ball. Preston Miller was hit by a pitch his last time up. Hit right in the helmet on something that looked off speed as he drives this one out into right field, going into the glove of Fabic, and he'll just surrender the run. So it'll be a sacrifice fly, another trade for the Copperheads here in the bottom of the third. Sac fly for Preston Miller. Zach Orn will come in to score, and now Jake Cates will bat with nobody on the base paths. Cates today struck out swinging to end things in the bottom of the first as he watches a first pitch fastball go in for a called strike. 0-1. So Cates is 0 for 1 on the day, but batting .395 on the season as he watches a fastball go high and away from Jackson Mandela. Pitch from Mandela, misses low. And the count is at 2 balls, strike. So 2-1 the count. The pitch into Cates is swung on and found straight back and off the catcher Scott Combs. Brings the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. 2 runs are already in for the Hamilton Joes as it's the Copperheads 4, the Joes 2. Trading a couple outs for a couple runs in the bottom half of the frame as a fastball misses high and away. Count is run full now to Jake Cates, the left fielder. Payoff pitch is swung on. This one's popped out into right center field. Ranging over is Sebastian Fabic, who makes a one-hand grab, and the side is retired, but not before the Hamilton Joes played a couple across here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. It's the Copperheads 4, the Hamilton Joes 2. We'll throw it to Joey Medore for the play-by-play duties for the 4th, 5th, and 6th. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area of Commerce logo and be sure to support the business that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of Uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic brands Budweiser and Yuengling are proud supporters of Copperheads baseball. Please.
Hi, I'm Ben Rushing. I'm from the University of Central Florida, and you're listening to Copperheads Media Network.
Top of the 4th at Foundation Field. Copperheads leading it 4-2 after scoring 4 in the top of the 3rd inning, but the Joes answer with 2 in the bottom of the inning. So much like yesterday where all the scoring seemed to come in 1 inning, that's how it's been so far in this game. Sebastian Fabic leading off for a 2nd straight inning as the Copperheads batted around in the top of the 3rd inning. First pitch into Fabic is popped foul down the right field line.
And Ben Rushing assists us here. No catch. Our eyes at the plate. Gambert smiling.
Thank goodness somebody did, because I had no idea. So it's an 0-1 count into Fabic as we're clearly obstructed by the dugout down the first base foul line. As Chris just asked us to give his parents a shout-out. So shout-out to Mom and Dad watching Chris Gambert as he stands in the on-deck circle. Homer in his first at-bat as the 0-1 in the Fabic is fouled back into the screen, 0-2.
Well, when we were talking before the rain delay back at Bob Brand Stadium just a couple days ago, Coach Austin Dunphy said, hit 5 home runs first, and then we'll let you get on the broadcast during the game.
Oh,
so he's
40% of the way there.
Yes, he is.
2 out of 5. 0-2 in the Fabic, line down the right field line, and it will be hauled in out in right field by the right Gick. So Fabic making our job difficult in the first at-bat at the top of the 4th inning. Catch is made by Brennan Gick in right field, 1 away now in the inning for Chris Gambert.
Well, off the bat, it looked like it could have fallen down. Not sure where Gick was positioned there, but he was in good position to make the catch down the line.
First pitch in, Chris Gambert's taken at the knees on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Of course, Gambert 2 for 2, had a single in his first at-bat in the first inning, then launched a 2-run homer his last time up to open up the scoring for the Copperheads. Just an inning ago as he gets under that one, again down the right field foul line. As it will be hauled in out there in right field by the right fielder Gick again. So the Copperheads seem to be hitting it to the only we can't see this inning. But nonetheless, there's 2 outs now in the top of the 4th after 2 fly outs to right field. So now digging in Ben Rushing, 0 for 1 on the day. Struck out looking in his first at-bat. Drew a walk and came around to score on an RBI double by Carter Cross his last time up. First pitch into him will be taken outside for a ball. 1-0.
Well, Gage Voorhees has come in and has gotten 2 outs already. Has done a nice job in relief after Sammy Barnett was unable to get past the 3rd inning.
The 1-0 into Rushing will be taken on the outside corner for a strike, 1-1. Voorhees came in last inning to relieve the starter. Breaking ball taken low below the knees for a ball, 2-1. The starter, Barnett, who only lasted 2 2/3 in this one before being yanked. His shortest outing on the season. It's a 2-1 in the Ben Rushing. Will be cut on and lined out into right center field, and that ball will fall and get to the wall. Turning for 2 is Ben Rushing, and he will stand in there. So he rips a 2-out double to the right center field gap all the way to the wall. And there'll be a 2-out base runner after all. Tanner Glass will get a chance to hit in the top of the 4th.
Well, that's just good karma. Ben Rushing helping us out, seeing down the line, and in return to blast a double right into the right center field gap.
Game in just his 2nd start with the Copperheads. First pitch into him, breaking ball in the dirt. Blocked by the catcher Beetle.